What's up, guys, and welcome to a very special edition of the People's Podcast. We are here with Lyall, the co-host, and we actually have a special guest as well today, which sounds ridiculous to call him a special guest, but you know what I mean. Lyall, welcome back to the People's Podcast. I tell you what, it's been months. It has been months, and I don't know about you, but this podcast that no one's ever asked for, we'll bring them another episode.
I know. I wonder how many years? Do you reckon it's been a year since we've done an episode?
Did we call the podcast we did after Big Brother the People's Podcast or not? I don't think we did.
I think we just decided to, because everybody needed a season 2, so we just started a season 2.
Even though I think we're on series 4 now. I think this is series 4, episode 1. Talking about episode 1, welcome James to the People's Podcast. You must be so glad to be here.
Am I the special guest?
You are the special guest for today's special edition of the
I
People's
was the
Podcast.
special guest.
It was really hard to book me.
Can we not? We're all special guests because this is never going to happen again.
That's very true. But
it sounds like something at a competition when people say, "Oh, it's not about the taken." No, it's not about the winning. It's about the taken part. I feel like we're all special here.
There's nothing remotely special about any of you. That's for sure. So what did we were thinking about doing the coronavirus-free podcast and getting Lyall on, but then we realised that we actually can't not talk about the coronavirus with Lyall, because what me and Lyall have also realised is we haven't actually spoke for 8 months. So, so there's a lot to catch up on. But we want to more focus on not what's going on right now, but what's more going on afterwards. Am I right? Is that the point, or did I get the wrong memo when I read the memo? But we're meant to talk about what goes on after, how we're going to feel, how life is going to be like. In one word, how things can change. Not in one word, because it's a podcast, actually. So that would be a bad idea.
Because you'd normally say, in one word, Lyall, tell me this. And then you'd say about a 5-minute monologue.
That's it.
Of how your life is going to change. So,
and it never does.
No, it's going to be a bit of a... It's definitely going to be a bit of an odd one. Because, opportunities that you've been given in the past and you may have turned down, you've been stuck in the bloody house for so long, you're going to jump at the opportunity to do anything. Go and see your nan at a care home, I'm off. Anything like that. Because you haven't seen family for so long, There's
going to be such a desire to do everything. I can't wait to go shopping.
Even those encounters with, old people at the bus stop, I miss that.
There ain't no old people in London.
But that is the thing in general, just speaking to people. No one speaks to anyone anymore. And now I've only spoken to 3 people face to face in the last however long. So
yeah. Or if you do, it's a very mutual weird smile because you both realise that you can't go near each other and you're both just acknowledging that and finding it weirdly funny as you can.
It's like we're living in a world now where it's polite to ignore people, which is funny.
You smile if you do 2 meters away. If you don't do 2 meters, you scoff at someone. What?
I genuinely, what I'm worried about though is what if we can't actually all socialise when this is all over? What about if we've actually genuinely all forgot?
No,
and we all go to meet up with our friends and stuff, and we're just sat there in silence because we've forgotten how to talk to people. And we're like, right, guys, should we get house party on so we can make it like it was before, so it feels a bit more like normal, it feels a bit more like normal life. But it's gonna be bloody weird, isn't it? Because it's not even going to be because it's obviously not just going to be all of a sudden we're in lockdown, all of a sudden everything's back to normal.
What I was thinking there was, at the start, I remember feeling, I can't wait for this all to be taken off. It'll be like a big, like a whole load of pressure being taken off, when actually it's not really going to be taken off. It's going to be trickled very, very slowly. And when people will try and feel normal, it's just going to feel so forced. And why are we doing this almost?
When does normality come back? At what point? Because there could always be someone who has the last case and then a whole nother wave.
This is this is obviously a major problem, not to depress everyone, because Mum was getting really excited yesterday.
Sorry. We're not supposed to talk about this.
And then I pissed on her parade because she was saying, maybe things are getting better. And I'm thinking, they're getting better, but in reality, this is a long way to go, because obviously the problem we've got is, the moment you lift the lockdown measures, no one's immune. We don't have a vaccine yet, so how the fuck do you stop it going around again? And I don't think anyone anywhere in the world has an idea of quite how to do that. It's all going to be a bit trial and error. So I think the way a lot of it's going to work is they're going to get bit like what they're doing in Italy now, where they send people that can go back to work. If you can work from home, you work from home. But if you can't work from home, you can go back to work. You go back to work, practice social distancing. But you're still technically going to be in lockdown because you're still only going to be able to go out to exercise once a day. You're still only going to be able to go out to the shops. I don't think they're going to be opening in pubs, gyms, etc. for another 2-3 months. Not anywhere where people can socialise and such. So I'm not sure that when these lockdown measures are going to be lifted in May, when we're starting to look forward to it, some people start to think, early May we'll start getting this. I don't actually think it's going to be it probably isn't going to make a grand scheme of difference, really, because we're not going to be able to go to the pubs, we're not going to be able to go to the clubs, we're not going to be able to go shopping, you're not going to be able to just go for 10 walks in a day. So realistically, all it is just basically saying, well, you know what, if you've got a job, go back, it'll give you a bit of distraction. Which is terrifying, really.
Just thinking now, what if pubs and clubs adopted a similar approach to Tesco, where it's like this pretty much they make it so people have to do 2 meters.
What, in the pub?
Yeah.
So you think people are going to go to a pub, James?
And the bouncer says capacity.
Only 5 people are going to be allowed in a pub at a time.
Yeah, that'll keep the pubs afloat.
Save our pubs.
But I think it's got to be a mess. But I think it could be like another year, because you got to think even like holidays now and stuff like that. Like you can't go on holiday indefinitely, so that's not going to be till next year. And I'm not saying that that's not obviously you can go back to a relatively normal life without going on holiday. But I mean, even still, like before we're back to how things were before. Is probably going to be a year and a half, and even when that happens, like it might. I guess that's the question we're trying to get to here. When that moment comes, which we don't actually know, we could spend the whole podcast talking about when the fuck the moment's going to be. We never find out. It's whenever that moment does come, whether it be May the 11th, whether it be June the 53rd, or whether it be 2025. When that moment comes, that things feel a bit normal. What actually is going to have changed in our psyche? Like at the moment, do you feel like your outlook on life is changing anyway in the coronavirus? James, or we'll go James first because he's our special guest.
To be honest, I think it's just kind of I've realised that how soon it can stop, and that it isn't set in stone that this is a wave. You know what I mean? That sounds completely batshit.
What do you mean? What, the coronavirus is the way? Or
well, just seeing the world stop. I was just like, oh Christ!
Like society, the way we do it.
Yeah, no, I was just like, to see it just stop all of a sudden, and just kind of crumble in literally the space of a week. I don't know what I trust anymore.
Oh God.
Like no, but seriously, it's like
we'll get you down to the doctors, we'll get you booked in, we'll get you an appointment, we'll see what they can do.
You can't even do that. You can't even do
That's
that.
the thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
well, how's it going to change for you?
I think you'll have to look at, even the smaller people, like fucking, the people that have kept this country afloat when we've all been sat at home, like the NHS. People look down on those fuckers, and now they're the backbone of this bloody country.
Yeah, there was a whole least low skilled worker debate.
Bin men. The bin men who've been the butt of jokes in this country for years are now getting posters given to them saying thank you for taking our bins. And finally, bin men, one of the shittest jobs, shit pay, finally getting the recognition that they deserve. Because I guarantee you 90% of the population wouldn't want to be a bin man at the pay that they're getting paid. So, and they certainly wouldn't be doing it when there's a pandemic going about. So this is what I mean. I think as a society, it will give us a lot more of an understanding of the jobs that, I think really matter. And
it's not even just people's houses as well. It's going to hospitals, getting all the medical waste. It's not, it's everything. It's
but I mean, you think dustbin when you think people that work in care homes, you think NHS workers, you think the people that work in supermarkets, the people that do deliveries, the people that pack the food, the people that the farmers, etc. Farmers are still going out getting the food, obviously.
They're still an essential.
So it's. I think you're right. I think that's one big thing. Which hopefully it changes for people. That people do start to appreciate people, and that everybody's job is important, and that what you earn is not. Because these people that work in the NHS saving lives every single day. It's you can't judge someone's wage on whether or not their job's good or not. That's bollocks. Like
going on what you're saying about obviously wages and stuff after this, it just reminded me about the whole kind of Weatherspoons and thinking about how companies who have reacted badly during the situation, how it's going to fold out afterwards. And I think I was saying this to Cameron though, you might get what I mean as well. How people who are oh wait, I lost my point.
Oh, James.
Oh god, it was really good. What was I talking about 5 seconds before?
You were talking about businesses getting a bad name.
That's it. So when someone goes to work for a company, you know when you get like 3 questions at the end of an interview?
Yeah.
I think one of them should be, how did you respond to the coronavirus?
Interesting. But you could answer and you could argue, not only is it going to be businesses, but I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to apologise in the fact that I'm judging people on the way that they're dealing with this, not dealing with it mentally.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm not like, you're depressed and you're anxious from this, I'm not going to be your friend anymore because that's pathetic. Get a grip of yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about not being, seeing those people that are not following the rules, flouting the rules, fucking off here.
Trying to defend them, trying to defend their excuses for not following the rules.
Yeah, and defending it by saying that the 5G is 5G. These people, I've realised that certain people, you can, in crises and disasters, you work out, you see people's true colours, whether that be a business, whether that be governments, whether that be people, whether that be the world as a whole. And I think we're seeing some very good things from people. We're also seeing some very bad things from people. And I think a lot of people will definitely be looking at other people. I said people miles too many times in the last 30 seconds. But we look at other people and be thinking to themselves, how did you react in that pandemic, and do I actually see you in that same way? So I think everyone needs to, but I think I can't understand why people can't get across their head that, I guess it's because it's not there, because people think if they're a certain age and they're a certain health that they're fine. So, and I think it just shows you the selfishness of human beings a lot.
Dad was telling me at the dinner table just now, he was saying that he heard on Radio 2 today that apparently a couple were making their trip to Derbyshire. It's about a 200-mile journey just going to Derbyshire. Obviously they got pulled over by the police, and the police called them fucking clowns and twats and then sent them back home. I really wanted, that's what I wanted. I wanted to see people's true colours and to see them to come out for the better. But this world is a fucked place anyway. There are too many twats out there.
Yeah.
And, the whole videos with the toilet roll and everything, the empty shelves, the poor old ambulance and all of the... with nothing on the shelves, just really puts into perspective how selfish people are.
How ridiculous was that at the start? Because you forget that actually happened, because that was before lockdown, and once lockdown happened, it started to get normal. They started to get... But the fact that was a real fucking thing, it's...
Not to put the virus on any downer at all, because loads of people have died, but what happens if in 8 minutes' time the sun goes out, or World War III is declared? This place... Anarchy, man. The people are animals.
We could not have done what happened 100 years ago. Thank God this isn't a world war, because people it's not the same psyche. It's not the same. I don't know. It's just people are just too interested in themselves. The only thing I have liked is that the international community seems to have come together quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like countries that help, even countries you wouldn't think would help us out. Like Turkey is sending us PPE. I need to say PPI. I keep calling it PPI.
Yeah, I know.
PPI and PPE, very different things. But yeah, so even people like Turkey, like you wouldn't usually associate, Turkey. We don't have a great relationship with them, giving us all of that. But it's going around the crazy. So I think that's been one positive.
But then there's also some people saying about there's a kind of politics behind that now as well with Russia. They're trying to kind of beat everyone to it to try and get kind of political gains.
I mean, obviously it's all political and people are doing it to be friends and to try and offer an olive branch. But at the end of the day, it's the one time I don't really mind countries playing politics, because they are actually helping the other countries as well. Like, we're genuinely saving lives of what they're doing, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, did you guys hear what happened in New York? So, there's 3M masks that we see everyone wearing. So they had some for a price. They sold I think 40 odd million to this company, and this company tried selling them to New York State for 600% more than what they were. So there's a big lawsuit.
I was going to say that, because I've seen little auctions go on eBay. Some bloke selling a bog standard box of the construction face masks that I use every day when I'm working on site. He sold it for 225 quid.
Oh my jeez.
People are just taking the piss.
People will use the opportunity.
Well, there was people at the start who were getting kind of bulk toilet roll. There was someone in like my back home group, you know, one of those like village groups and stuff that's for sale and free and wanted, etc. Well, this woman had went to like a local cash and carry, bought those like industrial sized toilet rolls, and was selling them for £10 a pack. And you get them for literally £2-3 a pack. And she said that she was selling them at the same price she bought them and was doing it for the community. Like, you see, you just rented a van all of a sudden, spent so much on toilet roll because you wanted to help the community, yet no one's ever heard of your name. Okay.
It does. When you think about it, the thing is, when you think about it too long, it makes you too angry. But what we do have, before we move on from this part of the podcast, what an important point to make is that the vast majority of people are following, like, 100%. Like, this is definitely the small few, but the problem is the small few can cause such damage to the mass, and that's the issue. But so go on, Lyall, you said to me on WhatsApp you had a few questions, which I'm sure you forgot.
I was thinking that because we've done 18 minutes or however long this podcast is now, and basically all we've spoken about is, if you've been keeping up to date, you probably already know what's been going on. I don't know about you, it gets me angry.
It does.
But,
Or it just drains me, really.
Yeah. This is the first time I've spoken to James. First time I've ever seen him.
Yeah, it's the first time I've met. How are you getting on with each other, guys?
It's a nice break and a half.
Because that would have been... It's so crazy how things change. Because the first time we should have met is when we went on holiday. But that obviously ended in a saga.
Yeah.
And now we've got this shit to deal with. But I want to know, because how me and Cam contact each other is through WhatsApp. So, and when you're messaging Cam, you sort of do a voice note to him. He'll get back to you within probably 3 or 4 business days.
I love my voice notes, and it does sometimes take 3 to 4 business days or whatever.
15 minutes, guys. One of his voice notes was 15 minutes long.
That's what it took 4 days to
I'm
send.
with him all day, Lyall. Imagine that.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I get away quite rightly, don't I?
So what's the question then, or is it just taking the piss out of my voice notes? If you don't like him, I won't send them to you. I won't.
Please,
I can send them to someone else.
I need outside contact at this very moment. Otherwise, how did you two meet? Let me know, because I don't know.
Do you not know?
I don't know these things
Have we ever said this?
Have you ever spoken to me about?
So I thought we did.
I don't think. No, I mean, I don't think I've said to Lyall. And I don't think we've said it on YouTube.
Oh no, we haven't said it on YouTube.
I think this is going to be the first time.
Actually, we were waiting for like a release, weren't we?
Yeah, but I mean, I've been starting to think about these releases, and me and Lyall.
This is one of our creative ideas.
Me and Lyall have got 10 series that were meant to be going out in 2015. They've been pushed back. They're still getting pushed back, but we're hoping in 2022, once this is all over, we can get them launched.
So we met. I don't know. Do you meet physically, or like how we knew? Or...
Just say the whole fucking thing.
Right, okay, so I think it was maybe like October, November time. I think we matched on Tinder, and I think we talked a little bit on there, and then I think it was like halfway through when I realised, like when speaking to you, I was like, oh crap. I was like, that's a funny photo on the end, because it was one with your name badge and stuff. And I was like, why does he have a name badge? I was like, oh shit!
This guy can't remember the name.
I was like, that's the one I seen on that video on Facebook. Because I'd sort of kept like, because after I'd seen this video on Facebook of like Cameron coming out, I'd sort of just, because I used to be a massive like Big Brother watcher and stuff, I just kept like little tabs on it every few weeks. So I didn't really know names, but like if someone asked me who Lewis was, I would be like, bad. Just because of the comments, if you know what I mean. I would just look at comments to see what was happening.
Me and Lewis would remain. We kept that show going. Okay, we kept Channel 5. We kept Channel 5 that network running. Since this show's been over, Channel 5 has been a disgrace. You start coming for me and Lewis, James. Otherwise, we can go back to that fateful night and we'll never meet.
Please. Anyways. Yeah, so... Yeah, we sort of knew each other on Tinder a bit. We'd talk for like a couple of weeks and then not talk and then talk and not talk, if you know what I mean. Like, it was just...
Was that 5 working days, Lyall? You've experienced it.
Yeah. No, to be fair, I would get like a, oh, haha, thank you. And I'd be like, oh, fuck's sake, is that... Conversation's gone.
Because I'm not good at talking to people.
I used to think you weren't really that interested, so I think that was why I kind of dipped away for a few weeks. I'm not going to lie.
There was a moment where I forgot what you looked like. That sounds terrible.
Do you know he had a list of people.
You can't say that on the podcast.
Hang on, what was this?
That makes me sound terrible, and it is not meant.
Who has a chance of being a boyfriend?
No, it wasn't a list like that. It was not like that.
You make those too. I make those as well.
I didn't. I did not have a list that said most likely to be my boyfriend. It was just simply a way.
Was it on an Excel spreadsheet?
At the end of the day, I came out the house. I mean, look at me. Take one look at me. People cannot resist it. I don't blame it. So you have to keep a list just so you can pay attention, just so you know who people are. Right? Is that James or is that James? Oh, wait, that's James from Scotland. So I didn't have a list like that. It wasn't the way James from Scotland.
I was exaggerating a bit. It was a bit of a blanket. He had a list. No, it wasn't.
Little does James though, he's never in the fucking top 10 anyway. So he's pretty lucky still sitting in that.
No, what was I not in the top for? I wasn't actually in the top.
You were never in the top 3, but you'd never sent me any nudes, so that's not my fault. Like, if you want to be in the top 3,
yeah, because Cameron, we're not 12.
Yeah, James, this is really lucky that you're editing this shit. So you can't got any of this crap out.
None of it's going out.
It's not going out at all.
No, I mean it's all staying in.
So, anyways, back to how I met you. So yeah, we sort of dipped in and out. I didn't send a nude, so you didn't want to speak to me. And then So me and my friend Louise, decided to go to Chelsea Cutler, I think about 2-3 months before, February, so literally probably about November time-ish. And then I forgot. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about it until the day before. And she's like, oh, yeah, Chelsea tomorrow. I was like, oh, fuck. So I look on your story, and he's like, people cancelled on me or something. I've got, a couple spare tickets.
I remember that.
So I was like, oh. And I think I messaged, and I was like, oh shit, I'm going to type thing.
Yeah, that was it. And I was thinking, great, maybe I shouldn't go.
Cam, can you stop with these fucking witty comments?
Sorry.
I know, it's really not appreciated.
Well.
You keep distracting me, and you just try and make it the Cameron Show yet again.
Well, everything is the Cameron Show.
You are not getting into an argument, because that's it. Well, I'll start talking about some random shit.
Get to the end of the bloody story.
Well, that's how we kind of met, at the concert.
Yeah, no, but we didn't. James, you're missing the main part.
Oh yeah, so. Oh yeah, fuck! I didn't even explain how we.
Jesus Christ!
No, but I didn't know what part of the story I'm on. Cameron, it's 6 or 7 o'clock. You know, this is crazy hours for me. God. Right.
7:30. It's crazy hours for James, apparently.
You know, after 8, it's true.
Well, this would have been fun if you were all long enough.
Yeah, so me and Louise were going out after it. I think we were going to GAY, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, we were meaning to go for a coffee or something at one point. I was like, well, fuck that. I'll just invite him to GAY.
That's what happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
So then I went to the pub for the first time in my whole entire life. You didn't know.
Yeah. Oh, we had to wait till after the concert, though. I was too scared to approach Cameron because he was with his dad. So we were just pretending that we didn't see each other.
Yeah, Martin was there.
Martin was taking photos.
He was videoing it for me. I'm like, can you video those songs for me because I want to listen.
Honestly, a memory of your dad is just him with his phone,
it's like he's dead.
Smiling, tapping his head along.
He was
tapping that dad foot.
He was chief cameraman. He was.
You got to enjoy it all while he recorded it.
At the end of the day, I paid for his ticket. You know, you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
So what James didn't know though is that I'd never been out before. I'd never drank any alcohol, and that this was going to be the first night that I drank alcohol, the first night I'd ever been out.
So when he came in, someone just gave him a Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, that's what I
so
was agreeing with.
Your first ever drink was a Jaeger bomb?
Yeah.
Well, properly, yeah. Yeah.
In a club environment, drinking properly, yeah.
Didn't drink the whole way through. Big Brother didn't do it. 5 years of depression didn't turn me to alcohol. James turned me to alcohol. And I think that sums up the past 18 months of my life.
Now I'm looking at this person here with probably one of the best haircuts I've ever seen.
Well.
And
so can I say?
I've got a little story. It's just a little sidetrack story. Well, I'm going to go back to New Year's Eve. I went round. I don't know whether I told you this. Have I told you this?
Told me this, I think.
I went round with cousins. Liam went round his friends. Anyway, we got drinks. We doing this. I had so much spirits into me, and then we decided to go out for a joint. Bear in mind, I've smoked so much in my life. I don't know why this happened. I was drunk and I was also high at the same time. Next thing I know, Mum was in there trying to keep me from flopping over. I whited so hard, and I was like, I'm not drinking ever again.
I can remember you telling me, I'm not drinking again. I'm not doing anything again. Cameron, I've got to give it up. You like, I've just, it's been too long now. I'm thinking, fucking hell.
It was because I was drinking dark fruit. I was drinking vodka, Jaeger, something I got from one of my mates got it for me from Greece. I was high. I don't know why. I think because I was mixing everything.
Yeah, and mixing. Unless, to be honest, unless you smoke weed every day, unless you're a stoner, I think mixing weed and alcohol is very risky. Not risky as in you're going to die. Just risky as in.
Unless you've done it in unless you've pretty much done it in every level. So like you've had one drink and you've had a couple of draws one night, and another night you've had a couple of draws first, and then you've had a drink type thing. Once you get comfortable with that, I think it's just
because otherwise it's
because
I was absolutely trolleyed, and then we decided to get high. So that's
it. That would be it because you don't smoke it every day. Like
one of those like it'll be like a drunk thought, almost like drunk stupid like let's just smoke and make everything so much.
Because I'm an addict and I want to be rolling up that wasabi, in the words of Trey Schaefer.
What type of music are you listening to at the moment?
Whatever Cameron's depressing shit is on.
Lyle you love my music, don't you, Lyle?
Are you in charge of the Spotify then, yeah?
No. Listen to this. Listen to this, Lyle. You know I have my C-code charts. I've told you about these before now.
Do you still do that?
I did do it for about 6 months, but they're back now, month to month. But you see, you listen to this, right? We have an Alexa. I run a major chart show, very famous chart show, world renowned. I need to be in control of the Alexa. My Spotify needs to be connected because that needs to scroll to my last event for my charts.
Can you say to your Alexa, you go, Alexa, can you play Sea Cold Charts? And then she goes, playing. Oh, she goes, no, fuck off, you lonely twat. Or something like that.
Leave him alone, Lyle.
That's unbelievable.
That's his passion.
That's his
hobby.
That's his passion. You're going to be paying the bills.
Listen. I reckon I can make that earn us some money. I just need someone to sponsor the charts.
I'll sponsor you with 10% of my furlough pay.
Yeah, but it's only me who's.
I tell you what, right? It's in this moment right now, I will take that and I'll run.
But he's only advertising to me, so unless he knows that I'm going to buy it, what's the point?
James, you're not the only person listening to the C-Card charts. It is world renowned. We have listeners.
You stop fucking sending them to me, so I can't look at your Excel. Oh no, sorry, I can't listen to it on the biggest platform.
Excuse me, you didn't actually listen to it. You just read the Excel sheet.
Of course I just read.
That's a disgrace. All that effort I sent that through to you. I got that out there on Monday. All for you, and you didn't even listen. This is a disgrace. You know what, guys? This proves one thing, and if there's one thing you can learn from Peter like Lyall, it's that Peter like Lyall, they ain't worth the effort. They really aren't. And you know what? Don't make it 5 business working days to get back to make it 10. That's what I've decided for now.
I tell you what, it goes back to my earlier point. Your true colours are coming out here.
Well,
your true colours.
It took the pandemic. Look, what can I say? You can't scam in the middle of a pandemic. What can I do?
Do you remember in school where you used to have like rough and tumbles with like
Santa and the Easter Bunny?
All of these lot. Me and you, I don't think we've ever had a proper argy-bargy before. No arguments, nothing.
No, it's because what? Oh, you're vaping. It's because it's weird. But I was thinking this the other day because
Santa and the Easter Bunny.
There were periods of at times like a year where I wouldn't be communicating with them. Whereas with you, that just didn't happen. But I think it's because perhaps it's just because I don't know. Perhaps it's because they'd argue back and you wouldn't.
Well, that is true. I needed all of the friends that I could get. I was a people pleaser at the end of the day. I was a stick and shit, skeleton bone thing. You've just got to be friends with the people. That's how you've got to do it. If you want to avoid people out there of the universe and the world, if you want to avoid confrontations with people, just be friend of
absolutely. So what? Hang on, are you just saying you were friends with me, so you didn't have a confrontation with me? Is that what we're getting at here?
No, I really need the toilet. I've just known.
What a time!
Don't break
what
the
a time.
seal.
Tell me you don't want to be my friend. Like, it's not a date. You don't have to go to the toilet and then piss off. You can just go right now. It's fine. Just end the call.
Piss off out of my own house? I'm sorry, Cam. There's a little bit of a lockdown going on at the moment.
There's a confrontation he's finally been waiting to address.
I'm furious.
I'm getting all my bloody... You're shit at FIFA.
So are you going to pop to the toilet then, Lyle?
Can I? I'm sorry,
pop.
I've been drinking alcohol. This is the first podcast that I've ever had to do it, because I'd normally be editing it and I'd just get us to stop.
Yeah, you'd be like, stop now.
I'll be back in a sec.
No problem.
You're going to talk behind my back, I know you will.
I'm not going to talk behind your back.
Anyways, yeah, so Lyall's back from the toilet now. We're gonna do something a bit light, since we talks about dark shit pretty much the whole time. That's just, I mean, if you live with Cameron, it's all day, but luckily now we get to put a bit of a positive spin on things.
I don't like that.
And so I just realised when speaking to Cameron and Lyall, they didn't ever do this in school, and this might just be my school, but we thought of doing 2 truths and a lie, and the person who guesses the least has to donate to the NHS, not Richard Branson.
That was Lars' idea. That's a good idea.
I'm putting my hand up in the webcam chat like everyone can see.
Yeah.
Wave to the audience. So I think I'll kick mine off.
How should we? The game, start the game, host the game, and bloody go first.
No, Cam. James should kick it off because we've just spent half an hour.
It's my 5 minutes now.
I would like James to start because I still need to work out which one of mine is a lie.
Right.
They're all lies. You're just a bona fide liar.
Yeah.
I'm thinking how we're gonna like judge this. Anyway, I'll say them first, and then we can go for it.
Well, me and Lyall will have to pick
which
one we think is going to be a lie.
Right. Okay.
This is the first time I've ever spoken to James. Oh, come on, Cam. I can see you.
Cameron is straight. He went for a Jane.
Excuse me, small people. We didn't know each other. Cameron, you're going to win. Shut up. Okay.
You can't win.
This is why, guys, you two have never won anything in your life.
Cameron
and
lose.
I have. Because I've got a different mindset.
You are something else.
Mindset? What mindset?
Sorry, Chris Tarrant. Can we start the quiz, please?
Oh, wow, is that because you've seen Quiz last night?
It's called a topical joke, James. God.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that memo.
Get this game going.
Anyway, so, first statement. I melted my bath because I seen a spider. My sister...
Melted?
Yeah. My sister swung a scooter and made my tooth grey. And a member of my family has met and shook hands with both the Queen and the Pope.
I know how we can do this. Lyall, you can ask a question about... So here's 3 stories. You get to ask one question about each story to see whether it's true or false.
No, but this is you're meant to give nothing.
No, but I want to I think that would be fun. It's like that game on BBC and it's podcast as well.
Right, okay.
And then the people at home can have a bit of a guess as well. So you get to ask him 3 questions, I get to ask him 3 questions.
This is where everyone... I used to sit in my car and everyone would be like, why the fuck would you ask that question, you twat? You're not going to get the answer from doing that.
What was your first point again? What was your first one?
I melted the bath because there was a spider on there.
What's your question regarding that, Lyall? I've got one.
What instrument did you use to melt the bath?
Lighter and deodorant.
Oh, okay, that's quite fun.
My question is, how old were you?
I don't know, like... Maybe I don't know, 9 or 10? No.
I'm not sure about that. I'll write that one down. Just give me a second. Just put out my notes. What's the next story or lie? Possibly.
My sister swung a scooter and gave me a grey tooth.
Okay. Like, that is madness because that could easily happen. But I've never met James in real life, so I don't.
Yeah.
Is it still visible? Can you see it today?
No, there's a different grey tooth now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's a good question. I think I'd have asked the same question. There's not really much else we can ask on that one.
Yeah. This is too logical. This means you're going to get it.
That one's going to mess me up.
I like this. This is fun. I ain't got a fucking clue.
That's the point. Because you're like, oh my
Happens with
god,
the
that
mess.
one was a lie?
The third one. What was the third one?
A member of my family has touched hands with the Queen and the Pope.
But how do you ask a question about that? That is just something that can happen.
Maybe I fucked this up.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
maybe
it
we
was
just
good.
don't ask questions. It's my idea. Of course it's shit.
No, I think we make it...
You know
there
what?
is something we can make a game out of this and make it like a segment type thing. I think...
Trying to save your ass. James, at the end of the day, I just wish you and Lyall would have sat there and just told me it was shit from the start rather than pretending it weren't. You know, at the end of the day.
Fucking stop banging. There's a mic.
Which have you got? So hang on, is it 2 lies and 1 truth? No, 2 truths and 1 lie. Is it?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
2 truths and a lie.
Right, give us some thinking time, James.
Oh,
You've
we need to go
Yeah.
round. Why don't we do everyone's? So then...
No, yeah, let's go
That's what
back
I'm
to
saying, we should-
everyone's,
Right, yeah,
and
yeah.
then we'll come back to James, and then we'll have a refresher because our brains will be working subliminally. Hopefully,
Yeah.
if they still fucking work.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna shut up. 'Cause I feel like I'm fucking it up. I feel like I can't stop talking, so I'm gonna be quiet. Although I am gonna have to speak because it's my go, so that's a problem.
Fuck that one up.
The first lie or truth, who knows? That's the name of the game. I went to bed the first month into high school. Not actually at high school specifically, but went to bed. At primary school, I didn't want to talk to anyone for 2 days, so I pretended to lose my voice just so I didn't have to talk to anyone. And then when I was 5, I drank my way out of the bath water so that I could get out earlier because Mum wasn't in there with me. Which is, looking back on it, I was 5, so we have to question her parenting skills. Leaving a 5-year-old in the bath on her own. So they're my 3 stories.
Just give me a couple of seconds just
What's the
to.
first one again?
You want to read? I'll quickly summarise the 3. So the first one was I went to bed in the first month into high school. Second one was at primary school I didn't want to talk to anyone for 2 days, so I pretended to lose my voice. And the third one is when I was 5, I drank my way out of the bath. I mean, obviously there's a little bit more to it than that. I didn't. And for the record, I didn't fully drink my way out of the bath.
How did you drink your way out? Did you not drown?
No, you drink like I was drinking. Like I mean, I was in the bathroom. I was 5. I started drinking the water to try and get myself out, so the water would go. And then when Mum come back in, she would have to wash my hair.
Oh, that seems quite logical.
Yeah.
Just tell me the 2 real quick. Just quickly.
What, the other 2?
Yeah.
The other 2, at primary school, I didn't want to talk to anyone for 2 days, so I pretended to lose my voice, so I didn't have to talk to any of them.
I think
And then the first one was that in the first month of not at high school, but in the first month of high school, I wet myself.
That's mad because I didn't meet you right at the start,
Yeah.
so
You wouldn't know whether I wet the bed or not. And you would not know whether I was still pissing the bed. Lyle, tell us yours.
Oh, okay. I have a bloodshot red part on my right eye that when I was younger I was sent to the hospital because they thought I had a cataract.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny.
I thought you get this when you're like 60.
Well, Lyle got one when he was 12.
I put the milk in before the tea when I make a cup of brew,
I reckon you probably are that person.
and about a year ago I got cement in the same eye, and I almost totally lost my vision in that eye.
Okay. I think I know what one's bollocks in Lyall's. I've forgotten yours again, James. So how are we doing it? How do we vote it? And Lyle, can I just ask?
Oh, should we individually say, and then at the end we say who guessed? Like, so I'll guess Cameron's, then Lyall guesses yours, and then like each one of us will guess yours, and then at the end everyone says which one was the
I
lie.
don't get it, but I'll just go along with it as we go along.
Right, okay, wait, so we'll recap the listeners. Mine was a spider in the bath, a sister in the scooter, and a family member who touched hands with Queen and the Pope.
Okay, I believe the I believe the one that was a lie was the melt in the bath.
Okay.
Yours are really good, James. You can tell James has done this before
I've had
because
years of practice.
His quality, like the swinging of the scooter, is so logical it can happen to anyone.
I wouldn't say
Pope
that,
and the
though. I
Queen.
wouldn't say the swinging and the... What you do? If I go out to Tesco, am I going to get hit by a scooter? I mean, is that
No,
every day?
you imbecile. No. You know what I mean.
I knew
It's
what you mean.
something
I was being a dick.
You are most of the time, you know.
Very true.
Got part of this. I am going to disagree with Cam,
Okay.
and I think James tried to fool me, and I think the lie is the scooter.
Okay.
Interesting. I thought you were Dermot O'Leary there. I was wondering when you were going to give the answer, or whether we were going to go to a break. I'm joking. I'm in such a dickhead mood today.
Oh, great.
So what do I have to do?
Recap quickly, you're free.
Right, I'll quickly recap my three. Let me get my notes up. Went to bed the first month into high school. Primary school, I didn't want to talk to anyone for 2 days, so I pretended to lose my voice, and then drank my way out of the bath. So drank my way out of the bath, pissed myself at high school, or stopped talking for 2 days at primary school.
I think pissed yourself at high school.
As a lie.
Yeah.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chris Tarrant. Final answer.
Hang on. What was the one that wasn't so the Bath one, the high school one, what was the one in the middle that you did at primary school?
The what?
Pretended to lose his voice for 2 days so you didn't have to speak to anyone.
I think that's a lie.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Mine were I have a bloodshot spot on my eye. They thought I had cataract. I put the milk in before the tea, and a year ago I got cement in the same eye and almost totally lost my vision.
I think it's tea.
The problem is, I think it's the first story. The cement thing, I think, happened. I feel like you told me. If it didn't, then I've imagined that. You definitely sat out with cement with you the other year, because I remember you saying. The tea and the coffee, that one's a bit like, could be true, could be a lie. You did say you can't create lies, which makes me think you could have come up with that one quite quickly because you were so desperate to come up with a lie. But then if you took that long to come up with lies, I think you'd have come up with a better one. And logically speaking, I would have done, and I think if I was you, I would have gone and spawned my lie off of another one to make it not look like a lie. So I think the first thing you said was a lie, the one about cataract. Okay. Answer time. James, you're the quiz master. We're back from the break. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so one person was correct. And that person is Lyall.
Yes. Fuck you, Cam.
I did melt the bath.
You can't melt a bath.
Spider. I shit myself and no one was home. I was a little bit high, I think. I got really paranoid and scared and literally thought it was a smart idea. I forgot that the bath was obviously plastic of some sort and melt. And my sister, she did swing a scooter, but she didn't hit my teeth or anything.
That's just pop luck.
Clever, Lyall.
That's just pop luck.
Well done, Lyall.
What was the other one?
Cam.
My auntie's touched like the Pope and the Queen.
You know what that means, Cam? £5 is going to the NHS from you.
Not necessarily, because I could still win.
No, but you come on to make it worthwhile because you could
we've
then
got
go.
to do it £5 each. To be honest, I haven't got my bank account stretched that far. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, Lyall, you're the one who's bloody at home, who's
I'm sorry,
deciding
I'm
who's
sorry.
paying.
It's furlough. You're on 8% of your wages. I ain't on fuck
Yeah,
shit.
easy for
Do a
some.
good thing.
I'm 40% down, okay? You're 8% up. Right? Remember that. Now, who's next? Me? No, it's Lyall. It was me, wasn't it? Who
It's
went?
you.
Yeah.
It was me. What were we meant to do?
Reveal who got it.
What did you guys say again, just to refresh my memory? Because as we realised when we were doing this...
Wet the bed in high school.
I said you didn't speak to anybody for 2 days and pretended you lost your voice.
Well, I am the king of manipulation because you both got it wrong. Because the true story, I wet the bed at high school in the first month of high school. I mean, it was the first kind of month of high school. Yeah, I did wet myself. I called it a wet dream, but it wasn't a wet dream because there was no semen. It was just piss.
Fucking hell, Cameron. Why do we need that much fucking detail?
Then primary school, I didn't want to talk to anyone for 2 days, so I pretended to lose my voice.
Kathleen's probably listening.
I'm sorry, Kathleen. Genuine. At primary school, I didn't want to talk to anyone for 2 days. That's true. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was a bit sad.
That.
I was a bit upset. I was like, you know what?
I said that was
I'm pretend.
Were you like this?
I feel like I knew that as well.
I'm just imagining you going to people.
The thing is, I fucked it up on the second day because in the morning at primary school, you used to play table tennis, and basically whoever won would stay on. And as I went on, they were messing the score up, and I was meant to have won the game. Well, obviously, I lost my voice, but I accidentally was like, I won. I was like, but it was okay. No one noticed, so I managed to make it go for the rest of the day. But yeah, drinking myself out of the water. I mean, how the fuck did you? That's so unhygienic.
But that's something that's like
5-year-old Cameron is the same as 20-year-old Cameron. Like, my maturity levels have never changed, which to begin with in my life was a fantastic thing. Now that I'm 20 and my maturity level was 15, it's now a problem. But it's never changed, so I would never do that. That is disgusting. And my mother would have not left me in that bath on my own at 5, I hope.
You hope.
Lyall.
Am I really like?
Oh, so
what
you
did you
hang on,
guys?
I just realised something.
We both got to.
Both got to donate.
Yeah. Have I got a recap on my ones, or are you just going to go? So, bloodshot, eye, hospital, cataract, cement in eye, almost lost vision totally, and I put the milk in for tea.
I said
the milk.
cataract and you said milk.
So the lie is the cataract.
Yes!
I did have a really bad bloodshot on that eye, but it never got as bad to them saying I have a cataract.
Can I ask a question?
Go for it.
Did I psychologically analyse your thought pattern, e.g., because you couldn't think of a lie, you created a lie from the previous lie?
No, the milk was the first one I put down.
No, but I mean from that, the truth of the cement thing, you then tried to create a lie from that.
It's annoying because the cement thing is very close to actually being a lie because I think I messed myself up because the two things always happen to me with eyes, and they're really believable types of things. So.
That's where, and because I knew the other one, because I knew that one was true, and that you'd never told me the other one. I was like, he must have just come up with that one.
I've just realised we're talking about the wrong thing. Lyall, why do you put your milk in before the tea bag?
What is? But that didn't surprise me. I knew that weren't a lie because you look at someone like Lyall and you think he's that type of person.
You've got to understand. I have a utility room where the fridge is. So if I basically I got to get the milk first, then I've only got to take it back. So I have to boil the kettle, get the milk out, put it in, take it back. You know, it just makes sense to me.
To be fair, that's excusable, I'd say.
It's not. That's like me saying...
Although there is a thing called creamer, but then, no, that's not a proper tea.
Well, it's like me going into the fridge because I'm making a pizza and going, well, the pineapple was on the bottom shelf and the meat was at the top, so I could only reach the bottom
talking
shelf,
about
so
food, you're making me hungry.
On the pizza. It's still not acceptable, though. It's still not acceptable.
The top shelves for me are the ones that I can see, because I'm quite... Well, not compared... Incomparable to you, Cam, which you're like 6 foot 100.
You about to say you were quite tall.
Yes, but you're like 6 foot 100, so...
I'm quite tall.
I haven't stood next to you in a while, so...
Anyway, who won then? Neither of you then?
I lost.
No, I got that one right. So you lost again.
I was a big loser.
So James was a big loser, but we basically all have to donate a $5 apart from James has to donate a £10.
I think we've got 20 quid going to the NHS, which is, you know...
Which is, what more can I ask for, really? I mean, it's probably not going to help that much in the grand scheme of things, but every little counts, as they say.
There's a couple of masks in there.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing. And it is. It's all about building it up, isn't it, really? If everyone does this sort of shit, then that's that. Now, I introed it, so I can't be asked to outro it.
Oh.
I'll let Lyall do it, to be fair. because he is the co-host of the People's Podcast.
Yeah.
And can I just say, Lyle, on behalf of both of us,
I thought you were going to
hosts-
leave me to do it. So I was
No,
like,
just James, I would like to say something about you. Just on behalf of both me and Lyle as the host of the People's Podcast, I would like to thank you for coming on. We will be sending you a special thank you pack. And
I get my goodie.
Yourself a special goodie filters for being on the podcast. So thank you for being on the podcast. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, it was fun.
You've got
for
to.
having me, guys. Thank you a lot. Okay, Mum, what do I do now?
You have your own special People's Podcast T-shirt coming straight to your door.
Oh, Mum, look what they gave me.
I didn't even know about that.
The
so-
scary thing is,
Oh.
I've actually sat up one night. When we used to do the podcast, I've actually made a design for it.
We should have got them. We should have wore them.
Oh, Christ.
I'd have
Yeah, but we
wore it.
never- Do you want to know what? Do you want to know where we think? Do you want to know where I think we messed up, Cam? Is we never did, cameras or webcams. We just had sort of a picture on the screen.
Although
And
we're
that's
doing...
where we.
And I think that's what we need to start doing in podcasts. What do you guys think? Because
That
I've
was
been
what I
thinking
was-
this in the
yeah.
podcast. Do you want to see us or do you want to just hear us? If you want to see and hear us, then let us know, and it can be easily arranged. If you would like on the YouTube podcast, so the YouTube video side of things, it to be listenable, viewable, you can actually see something, then just let us know. But I will leave it to so we should just say to our special guest that he should if he's got anything he wants to say, if you want to promote.
Don't.
We've got a new book coming out, a new film.
Follow my SoundCloud.
Okay, no problem. We'll follow your
I was-
SoundCloud.
I was going to say that just quickly before I outro it. Remember, we always used to do this, Cam, it'd be about 20 minutes when we're trying to outro the fucking
don't.
thing. But I was going to say, from an outsider who's not involved in the or your guys' podcast, I would say because you're uploading it to Spotify as well, the camera thing sort of makes total sense. But it's just whether you want to be on camera. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching.
That's
If
a
you
good
have
point.
enjoyed,
Thanks
please
for that,
be sure
Lyle.
to just smash a like. If you're in the struggle as well with the coronavirus and it gets to everyone. It always does. When things like this come around, which they don't very often, it gets to people. It's getting to me. I'm fucking depressed as shit right now. But it's just little things. Stay connected with your families. Stay in touch with your friends. Talking to someone is always better than messaging because you've got that physical contact. Talk to your families. Talk to your fucking dog, your budgie, everybody. Just talk to people because that's how you're going to stay afloat and get through this worried and troubled time whenever this actually ends up ending. Comment down below if you've got any suggestions on topics that you want Cam and James to do in their next podcast.
Oh, thanks for that, Lyle.
And,
It's a very beautiful
we
outro.
will,
A very beautiful outro.
Very
I love
thoughtful.
that. Very thoughtful. All I will say is that my
Thanks.
budgie's died, so that's a bit close to home, but it's fine.
I'm sorry. It's not like Cam hates animals or anything like that.
Not
but
anymore. I'm a cured man.
he's had hypnosis treatment to treat him for the...
I should put that in my truth and lies.
Thank you everybody for watching and stay safe, stay at home, all that crap, and we'll see you in the next podcast. See you later, guys.